They told me everybody's 15 minutes in a different time zone.
This week on The Trend,
I like you, girl, in particular.
South Africa's finest rapper, Nasty C.
It's 7 digits on receipts now. The money coming like a breeze now.
The ever-blazing Sage.
Living in the sky, don't care what they say.
The sensational Kim Life. All these and many more, only on The Trend.
Why you tripping? You confuse me for another girl. Oh.
Did you know there's a laundry bar soap that can help save you time, water, and money? You save by not having to use multiple products. And you only rinse once. For a laundry soap that can help save you time, water, and money, try Whitewash Extra. Brand power, helping you buy better.
NTV, turning on your world.
Welcome to another episode of Teasing Nyumbani. My name is Evelyn Oana and I'll take you through an upper body workout. Yes, wake up, wake up, wake up. Let's get this started. We're going to do upper body, some little bits of chest, yes, and then some shoulders right there and a little bit of bicep. Are you ready? I know you are. You know the drill. Create the space, get me a stool, get me, our 2 water bottles, or in that case, if you have weights, why not? And then our chest just for support in case we need them. Are you ready? I'll give you 20 seconds, no, 30 seconds. 30 seconds just to get everything together. 30 seconds starting now. 30 seconds starting now just to get everything together so that we can be able to start our day with good energy, right? And then we'll do our warm-up. Remember, today is upper body, so we are focusing on this side up, right? We have 5 more seconds to go, 5 more seconds to go, and our time's up. So we'll do a jumping jacks warm up like that. All right, then 1, 2, then you do that again, 2. All right, you got the hang of that? Perfect, perfect. So we're going to do 15 of those when you do 2 jumping jacks and 2 box ins on each arm. That is 1. We're going to do 12 times 3. 12 times 3. If you're unable to jump on the jumping jacks, just do that and that. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, and start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and of course 12. Well done. Our rest time starts now. Our rest time starts now. Are you awake now? Right after that one set of warm-up, I am awake now. We have 10 more seconds to go. 10 more seconds to go. 5 more seconds. We have 2 more sets of that. 1, 2, 3, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, and one more. 12. There we go. Our rest time starts now. One more set to go. Our rest time starts now. Our rest time starts now. The rest time starts now. Walk around, walk around, walk around. We have 5 more seconds to go, 5 more seconds to go. And our time's up. Last set, last set. 1, 2, 3, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and of course 12. Well done. Our rest time starts now. Our rest time starts now. I'll just move these on the side. And then bring this here against this wall. There. The reason I'm getting it against the wall is because we're about to do push-ups, holding it, and you don't want the stool to move while we're at it. So I'll go ahead and explain. If you've never done push-ups before, our time's up. If you've never done push-ups before, get yourself next to a wall, hold that wall, take your weight to the wall and push it back using your arms. Push, take it to the wall and using your arms to push you back. If you've done push-ups before, let's go to the stool. We're going to do like inclined push-ups still, right? We're going to do 12 times 3. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and of course 12. Well done. Our rest time starts now. Our rest time starts now. We have 2 more sets of that. And I'm sure you're feeling all so good, all warmed up, right? We have 10 more seconds to go before we do our next push-up. You did amazing. If you can't do it as fast as I'm doing it, just push nice and slow. And remember, do not feel restricted by the 12 repetitions I will put here. If you feel you can do 20, go ahead. You can do 20%. 1, 2, 3, and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well done. Well done. Our rest time starts now. Our rest time starts now. So you don't have to do the 12 repetitions. You can do, 10, 15, 20, 25 per set. Yeah? Remember I said we only give a particular number so that we are able to work within a given time. But if you're at home and you have 1 hour, kill it. Instead of doing 3 sets, do 4 sets. Instead of doing 12 repetitions, do 15, 20 repetitions. Our time's up. Set number 3. You got this. 1, 2, 3, and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well done, well done. Our rest time starts now. Our rest time starts now. If you've done those so far, you're doing an amazing job. You're doing amazing, amazing, amazing. All right. We have 15 more seconds to walk around, walk around, walk around. 15 more seconds. We have 5 more seconds. I'll move the stool right to the center. Today we're going to do seated shoulder press, seated shoulder press. So you'll sit down, take your water bottle or your weight, and you just press it up and bring it back here. We're going to do 15 repetitions, 3 sets. So we're doing the shoulders now. 1, 2, 3, and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, keep going, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well done. Well done with that. Our rest time starts now. Our rest time starts now. The good thing about sitting down, you don't use your legs to, pivot up. So, it's slightly more challenging than when you're standing. We have 15 more seconds left. 15 more seconds. More seconds left. Before we go to the next set, and our time's up. Our time's up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well done. Well done, well done. Our rest time starts now. Our rest time starts now. Walk around again. Walk around, walk around. I like walking around because then you feel that relaxation and just being in control of what you're doing and getting time for a breather rather than just sitting down. We have 10 more seconds. 5 more seconds left. 3 more seconds. And our time's up. Our time's up. The last set of that workout. The last set of that workout. 1, 2, 3, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, and of course 15. Well done, well done, well done. Our rest time starts now. Our rest time starts now. Again, walk around. So our next workout is going to involve the bicep. So we've done something for tricep, we've done something for shoulder. We're going to do something for our bicep, right? We're just trying to distribute them so that our upper body gets, you know, to feel it, yeah? So that we're working, apart from working on the lower body, we are also strengthening our upper body. Time's up. So let's demonstrate the next workout. We'll take the 2 water bottles now. These 2 water bottles are actually 5 liters each. So while seated, we're going to take them to the side, all right? We're going to do 10 raises. So we're going to just do this. You're there and you're doing 1, 2, okay, 10 times 3. So it's another workout for the shoulder. So starting now, 1, 2, 3, and move. 1, 2, 3, slowly. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. While seated still, we're going to take them to the front. So there you are. 1, 2, 3, and go. 1, we're going to do 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, keep going, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect, perfect. So we're still doing our second routine for the shoulders before we go to the bicep. Rest time starts now. We're doing our second routine on the shoulders before we go back to the bicep. Before we go back to the bicep. And more seconds to go. And more seconds to go. And our time's up. Let's go. I know you won't tell me when you're ready, so let's just get going. Remember, if your back needs a backrest, use our favorite chairs right there. 1, 2, 3, and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to do front raises. 1. Are you ready? I'm giving you some 10 seconds there. 1, 2, 3, and start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Our rest time starts now. 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 Walk around, walk around, walk around. Walk around. We have 5 more seconds left. 5 more seconds left. 5 more seconds left. Our time's up. Our time's up. Our time's up. All right. Last set of that routine, last set. Let's go. Last set. 1, 2, 3, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we go to the front raises. I'm giving you 10 seconds rest. 10 seconds rest. Feel it, feel it, feel it. 1, 2, 3, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keep going, 8, keep going, 9, and of course 10. Well done, well done, well done. If you did that with me, you did well. Your rest time starts now. Your rest time starts now. So the next workout we're going to do, basically we're going to work on the biceps, right? We're going to work on our biceps. We're going to do some hammer curls. We're going to do some hammer curls. Walk around. We're going to do some hammer curls. Our time's up. Our time's up. So let's go. 1, let me demonstrate. You're going to do that. Yeah? We're going to do 12 times 3. 1, 2, 3, and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Put one down. We're going to do 12 of the normal bicep curl. That, alright? So 1, 2, 3, and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well done. Well done, well done. Our rest time starts now. 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 Walk around, walk around. We have 5 more seconds of rest. 5 more seconds of rest. 5 more seconds of rest. And our time's up. Hammer curls. 1, 2, 3, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and of course 12. Put one down. Then we go. 1, 2, 3, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well done. Our rest time starts now. Our rest time starts now. Our rest time starts now. Look around. Our rest time starts now. Our rest time starts now. We have 15 more seconds to walk around. Give these babies some massage. They're going through a hard time right now. If you're like me, definitely you are sweating it. I don't feel cold anymore. It was a bit cold, but now, well, it's not. Time's up. Last set. The last set. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and of course 12. Put it down. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and of course 12. Well done, well done. You did amazing in this episode. That was it from here with me, Evelyn Owala, as your host. Looking forward to you joining Peter in our next episode. Make sure you kill it like we did today. Otherwise, have a lovely day. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, Eval Health and Fitness. Until our next episode, have a lovely day and bye-bye.
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us about plague. He told us that if it's happening in a place, don't go. And if you are in a place that is happening, don't come out. Prophet was preparing us for quarantine, and he was also telling us to take precaution, that we should not be agents or carriers of the virus. It should not be us who are going to carry the virus, take it to our congregations. For this reason, our congregations, we've decided that since faith is in the heart and everybody knows where his faith is, we have taken this time to stay at home, pray at home, do our prayers, because when you're at home, you are still with your Lord. God will not forsake you for being at home because you are not in the mosque, but know that even at home you can still pray to God that he helps us in this big independent pandemic that is in the world.
Corona, which we don't know which kind of an animal is this one. People are dying because of hunger.
Sasa watu wataanza kukosana. itakuwa watu waishi itakuwa wengi.
I think Kenyans as a whole, it's extremely important that they understand wildlife because this is Kenya's natural heritage.
Speaking about alternative source of livelihood apart from tourism, they got even no idea on what to do next.
This is NTV.
Hello, East Africa. This is your world, and today, as you can see from our studio, it's playful. Yes, our focus is on the indoor games. We'll have some experts who are already here with us to teach us some of the games, and there'll be time for some play a little later in the program. Good morning. My name is Joseph Warungu, and coming up this Friday, the 11th of September, look at some of the games that have kept you occupied at home during this season of the COVID-19 pandemic. South Africans decry their worsening economy as the pandemic hits hard. Why? Just why would anyone install transparent public toilets? These boat racers cross 3 borders in 3 minutes. And this morning, we're asking you, which indoor game or sport do you enjoy the most, apart from that one? Yes, which other one? Now, before we get to play, let's track the COVID-19 journey around the world. And we start with the global figures. As at this moment, 28,324,871 people have been confirmed positive for COVID-19. Of these, 20,339,764 have recovered, while 913,913 have so far passed on as a result of COVID-19 from around the world. Coming to the African continent, South Africa, 644,438 people confirmed positive for COVID-19. 573,003 have so far recovered, and in South Africa they've sadly lost 15,265 people as a result of the disease. Here in Kenya, 35,603 people confirmed positive for COVID-19. Of these, 22,047 have so far recovered, and sadly here at home we've lost 612 people. Moving briefly across the East African region, in Uganda, These are their numbers: 4,291 people confirmed positive for COVID-19, and out of these, 1,998 have so far recovered, and in Uganda, they've lost 48 people. Across the borders to Somalia, 3,371 people confirmed positive for COVID-19, 2,738 have recovered, 97 people in Somalia have so far died as a result of the disease. In Rwanda, 4,479 people confirmed positive for COVID-19, 2,352 have recovered, and 22 people, as we speak, have passed on in Rwanda as a result of the disease. Finally, in Burundi, our other East African country, 469 people confirmed positive, 374 have so far recovered, and as we speak, one person has been reported to have died as a result of the disease. So that's the situation in East Africa, in the African continent, and around the world as far as the coronavirus is spreading. Now, looking at other news this morning, residents of Ethiopia's northern Tigray region vote in parliamentary elections that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's government has deemed illegal. Polls opened at 6 a.m. across the mountainous region, despite a federal decision to postpone all elections because of the coronavirus pandemic. Aging war veterans and university students joined long pre-dawn lines in Ethiopia's northern Tigray region to vote Wednesday in parliamentary elections that the Ethiopian government sees as illegal. The election represents the latest challenge to Abiy's authority as he navigates a democratic transition hobbled by deep political and ethnic divisions and a low point in the bitter dispute between the federal government in Addis Ababa and Tigray. The region, sharing a border with Eritrea and Sudan, dominated Ethiopian politics for nearly 3 decades before anti-government protests swept Abiy to power in 2018. Ethiopia was supposed to hold national elections in August, but the national poll body announced in March they would need to be postponed because of the pandemic. Tigrayan leaders rejected the extension of mandates, which would have expired in October, contending that Abiy will have no legitimacy after that. It seemed little to worry about. Sudanese farmer Khadija Ahmed was planting onions when she stepped on a thorn that pierced her sandal and cut her foot. But the thorn brought with it a flesh-eating infection, a bacterial and fungal disease called mycetonia, which rips through the body, causing severe deformities. Khadija Ahmed, a patient with mycetoma disease, says, "It hurts and it's very swollen. I came here to the hospital and they removed it and blood came out. The bleeding did not stop until I went into an operation and they amputated my leg." Walid Noor Al-Dayem, a patient with mycetoma disease, says that the infection was small at first and then it got bigger and bigger with time. Professor Ahmed Hassan Fahal, the founder of the Mycetoma Research Center, says the disease, we call it a silent death because it destroys the lives and bodies of affected patients. These patients usually end in massive stigma, deformative destruction, they lose social life, they lose education, and they lose their jobs.
Excuse me.
Libya on Monday reported more than 1,000 new coronavirus infections, the highest tally for a single day since the conflict-ravaged country announced its first cases in late March. How Libyan youths practiced their sports on the waterfront in the capital Tripoli. Tripoli and its suburbs, home to more than 1/3 of Libya's population, accounted for more than half of the new cases for the 3rd week in a row. The NCDC urged people in areas where the virus is spreading rapidly to avoid travel, sport, and physical interactions unless it is essential. It called on Tripoli residents to be more vigilant and to respect such measures given the rapidly worsening epidemiological situation. South Africans on the street weigh in on latest economic indicators that show the economy contracted by 51% in the second quarter of this year amidst one of the world's strictest lockdowns to curb the spread of the coronavirus.
Some of our people are not working, some have lost their job. So even our economy, it is still down because of the lockdown. It cost us too much because of it went to almost 5 to 6 months. So it's going to be difficult for us, most of people.
No. Financially, we're struggling. Most people have lost their jobs and companies have shut down. So with us, it's very difficult to say we've got any income because we've been on layoff. So since the lockdown has started, I don't see that getting any fixed anytime soon.
The economy is still recovering or is still going through this phase. So it's going to take a long time for people to actually have to drive employment again, for people to be able to sell their stuff normally or get back to the economic flow that they used to. Definitely going to get worse before it gets better.
Okay, welcome back to the Your World Indoor Arena. We've got games, lots of them, and we're going to play for the next couple of hours. We'll teach you some games you possibly don't know. We'll refine your skills in those that you do. And with me is a panel of people who know how to do this stuff. First of all, here with me is Griffin Ligare, point guard, Kenya basketball team. And also we'll be joined via Zoom by Penina Modoni, who is an online video gamer. We also have here in the studio Visesh, Sonigra, co-founder of Bowbox. I hope I got that right. He'll correct me in a moment. Gedinji Hinga is a full-time coach and chess promoter and CEO, Mini Chess Kenya Limited, also joining us shortly. We also have Joyce Nyarwai, national chess team player, a former ladies national champion, who will also be joining us on this show. And also Peter Mumu, a.k.a. Mawano, a PS player, FIFA, who will join us. And then my colleague, who's also, I understand, a really good, skilled, experienced player in a couple of games beyond the ones that we think about. Brian Mushiri, our NTV reporter, will be joining us here. And also, he'll be telling us a few things about some games that we'll play here in the studio. So we'll take you through all the games, but to start off, let me come to Ligare. Those who don't remember you, you're a big name in basketball. Where has this taken you?
I'm so grateful to God that basketball has been so good to me. Currently, the Morans, I play for the Morans. And in addition to that, the captain to the Morans team. And then locally, I play for a team called Nairobi City Thunder that competes in the local Premier League.
Okay.
Yeah.
So doing well?
We're doing good. We're doing good, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, we've got a game here in front of us. First of all, just explain what this is before we get into how it's played. My dream has always been to join the NBA, so these are baby steps. So So what is this, first of all?
This is a shooting game, and as you can see, we have 2 hoops there. And then you have spots on the floor within which you can progress depending on how well you do on the previous spots.
Okay.
So we call this a shooting progressing game. So we're going to start very close. We start easy. And then as you become a pro, you keep moving farther back. So this is how it's going to work. So we have 4 basketballs. Okay. So this means per every spot, you're going to attempt 4 shots.
Okay.
Okay. And your cue for you to move from one spot to another is at least, of the 4 attempts, at least make 1.
So when you score 1, you can move back?
When you score 1 of the 4, that means you move back. And then when you're done with all the spots, you get to win the game.
Okay.
Okay. So, I don't know, are you ready?
I am. Let's see. So does it matter which of the hoops are? Yeah.
This is the good thing with this game. So you can either score on either. As long as you score of the 4 attempts.
Now, guide me here so that I don't do Juakali things. I need to know the technique. So you do.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see the form.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't do something like that. That would be illegal.
Your form is very important in basketball when you're shooting.
Okay.
You need to make sure that your elbow is aligned to the hoop. Okay. So like what you did is exactly how you do it. So you make sure your elbow is aligned, and then you make sure you have your basketball on your finger pads like that. And then as you shoot, you snap your wrist and you release the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
We call that a follow through in basketball.
All right.
Okay, so if you're ready, I'm going to start so that
yeah, let's watch
model.
the demonstration.
So I didn't make the first one.
It's good to know that a pro can miss.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
So I made the second one. So I actually don't need to shoot
so you need one score will do it.
Once I make a shot, I don't have to do all the 4 attempts.
Okay.
So now it's your turn.
Mungu saidia.
Okay. So let's see how you'll do.
So form.
Yeah, and then follow through.
Okay.
Don't worry, you still have more attempts. Oh, good. Even you. So it's always good to start easy. Now we move further back.
Okay.
Okay. The farther we go, the more challenging it becomes. So now we are farther away back.
Yeah.
Farther from the hoop. So let's see. There you go. So first attempt, I made my shot. So let's see how many attempts you'll take.
I might need all 20 balls.
Okay, that's okay. That happens. So that's one. Oh, that's two. You have 2 more?
Whoa, okay.
2 more. You have 1 more. Oh, okay. But I can see your form looks pretty good.
All right.
So because I'm already done, so I'll go to the last spot, but you still have to.
I'm still on.
You're still on the second spot.
Class 2,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, so I'm here.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes. Oops.
It gets harder now.
Got 1 more. Yes. Oof. So I got my
so what does that mean? You've won the game when you?
Yeah. So me, I'm done. So but you have.
You're
still on the second one.
Okay, still on class 2.
Yeah. There you go.
Very close.
There you go.
Whew.
One more.
It's not as easy as it looks, but.
Okay, so you want to give it another try?
Yeah.
Cause
one more try, and then we can.
Because me, I'm good.
Okay.
There you go. You got 2 more.
2 more.
2 more.
Okay.
There you go. But I think with practice,
okay.
you already have the form.
Right.
With practice, you'll be able to make all your shots and progress all the way to the last one.
So the only thing you don't have this, because basketball is a lot of physical activity.
Yes.
The only thing is you don't have the running around, the dribbling,
that's the only thing, but just the shooting itself is good workout. And even during this time, if you have a hoop at home and you're able to put up shots, just that action of shooting the ball is good enough of a workout.
Now, what kind of physical fitness do you require for basketball? Because it's an intense.
It's a very intense sport. So pretty much all the components of fitness, but top on the list you need endurance. So you should be able to play the sport with for an extended period of time, being able to move up and down as fast as you can, and then also you need strength, because shooting the ball, passing the ball, dribbling the ball, you have to do it, consistently at a very high pace. So you need strength for that. You also need some flexibility, because moving, requires you to be able to extend yourself to range of motions so that you can be able to make some kind of shots. So you need flexibility for that as well. You also need speed, because we play basketball within confined space.
Right.
And then we have to move as fast as we can within, tight quarters. So that means speed is very, very essential. So all these components blend together, and you need them for basketball.
Okay, so that's what you need. But what does basketball give you? Once you get used to, what does it give you? What benefits do you derive from basketball?
A lot, because When you walk within a confined space at a very high intensity, it means you're sweating, you're pushing yourself hard, and the kind of benefits, the amount of benefits you get out of it are just numerous. One, basketball players have a low resting heart rate, which is good. If you have a low resting heart rate, it means you don't have to do the normal day-to-day activities, and you know,
so you're not really straining.
You're not straining yourself for that. So that's a good thing. And then the other thing is it improves your basal metabolic rate. So you won't just sit around. If you take your meals, they won't just sit in the stomach for a long time, because that energy is needed. So food will be broken down fast. And then again, your bones, your muscles will be strong. And that's what you want for your day-to-day living.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about your physique? I mean, we see a lot of basketball players are tall people. Do you have to be 7 foot to play basketball?
Actually, that's an added advantage. My coaches always tell us you cannot teach size, because that's God-given.
Yeah.
So when you have the size, that's an added advantage, because it makes it easier for you to play the sport. But that doesn't mean if you're not 7 foot tall, you're not 6 foot or something tall. Myself, I'm like 5'9", but I still play basketball. So it doesn't mean that you cannot play. It just means that probably you have to work harder.
So at 5'11", there's hope for me?
Yeah. Yeah, there's hope for you, and there's also hope for so many kids out there who are not going to be 7 feet tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ligare, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Stay here, because I think I will still make another attempt to see what happens. But, you know, first of all, let's move to Penina, who's joining us via Zoom. Penina, good morning and welcome to Your World.
Unasema amepeana mandate.
Penina, good morning. Can you hear me?
Sasa.
Yes, hello. Good morning.
Auna?
Still trying to... Hi, Penina.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Your World. You're live on NTV. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Very well. So before we say anything, tell us what you do. Remind us again.
Like that. So I'm an esports content developer for GWS Studios. It's a company in Kenya. I recently formed, and I play games for a living.
Okay. So this morning you're going to take us through. Just explain.
Okay. So currently I'm playing this game called Overwatch, as you can see on your screen. And it's something that I would like to go pro with. With me, I have my friends. I have Carmine, I have Dashima, Krypton, and Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So explain to us how it's going to work before you demonstrate.
Okay, we usually just go online and match make in different servers.
So what's the purpose of this game, Penina?
So during this COVID times, when we were told to go and work from home, I just decided to start playing games, because it's something that I really enjoy. And when I was working full time, I didn't have exactly enough time to play. So I just decided, let me give it a try. And, with that, a lot of things were born. Streaming, so I would stream. And I would, just engage my audience in the internet and...
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the benefit of these video games, just briefly, and then we can move on to, yeah.
So there are different things. So one, it consumes your time in a very productive way. As much as, people see it as wasting time, it's not. People play it professionally and they get paid. So that's one thing, that's like a benefit. Number two, it improves your motor skills. So like your hand-eye coordination, you need to think, you need to plan what to do.
Okay.
So it helps you with that cognitivity of making decisions, quick decisions, and yeah.
Okay, so
it
now
also for
Go.
young ages, for younger children, it helps them learn more quickly about computers and things that you can do online.
Okay, so Penina, I know you're playing live with some. Who do you have online?
I have my friends with me. I have Dashima, Alfonso. I have Carmine. I have Thomas, and I have Krypton.
Okay.
Not all of them. All of them are not from Kenya.
All right.
Some of them are from. They're Kenyans, but they're not in Kenya per se. So to mean that you can play with anyone out there, it's not limited only in Kenya.
Okay, so let's play. Let's have a little demonstration.
Okay, sawa sawa. I've actually been playing.
Oh, okay.
So
Even
you can see. Yeah, you can see. So as you can see, the people in green with like the green name tags on. If I just stand still, those are my friends. We're playing with them. Yeah.
So what's the objective here, Penina?
The objective is to capture the point where there is a blue circle in between. So that's the objective, just capturing the point. And as you can see in the progress bar, we have 99% and the enemy has around 6%. So the purpose of this game, it's a team-based game. So you need to work together as a team. So there are different types of games. There's Battle Royale, there's solo games, but this is more of a team-based game. So you have to attack as a team and strategize on how you're going to take the opponents.
And these games do get addicting.
Addictive?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's a sport like any other. So if you like it, you'll enjoy it. Personally, I really enjoy it. I wouldn't say it's addictive. I'd just say it's just engaging, very engaging.
So how would you say, how are you doing so far?
What do you mean? How am I doing? Like in the game?
Yeah, in the game.
I'm trying. We're capturing the points. So far so good.
On the other side of my.
Okay. Is it smooth from your end?
Yes, we can see you well.
Okay. So for the company that I work with, maybe I can tell you a little bit about that.
Penina, how good are your friends?
In the game?
Yeah.
They're really good.
Who's letting you down?
Actually, they're the ones who taught me how to play this game. I did not start playing very early. I just recently started playing, and they're the guys who showed me how to play.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, and as we give Penina a few minutes to see how far she can get in that game, we've got another game here, a familiar one, but now I see the set is a lot bigger. So I've got a couple of guests here. I'll ask them to introduce. So just give us your name, please.
Yeah, my name is Gedinji Hinga, veteran chess player for many years.
Okay, and
yours only Jace Nyarwai, national team player.
Okay, so you guys are pros. I have always wanted to learn this game, but the mathematics involved and the memory stuff, so tell us a little bit about chess, Gedinji.
Yeah, at first glance, chess seems to be very difficult to learn, but actually quite the opposite. It's very easy to learn. As you can see, we have 6 different pieces that move in different ways, and the objective is to capture the opponent's king. So to learn it for an adult, even for a child, I think it's a matter of minutes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm asking everybody, so what's the benefit of chess?
It has big brain benefits. it increases concentration, brain power, calculation. It has a lot of education benefits as well, because when you take it to the classroom, a more attentive, concentrating learner is a better student. So it has very many brain benefits, and in many countries around the world, it is part of the curriculum. And the other benefit of it is it is a lot of fun. So as you learn, you increase your brain power.
So for you, Nyerwai, how long have you been playing?
I started playing in 2012.
Okay.
Yes, up to date.
Okay. Now, Gideonji says this makes you quite brainy. Does that mean I need a big brain to be able to play chess?
No. Anyone can play. The good thing about chess, it does not know age. You don't have to be a certain age, because you'll find old people who play quite well, and you'll find children who are also excellent at the same game. So it's not about the brain, it's just how much you practice.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so let's have a demonstration from both of you, just first of all explaining for people who are completely new to chess what the objective is, how you get to move on the board, etc. And this game, which we have borrowed from Nairobi Sports House, we thank them for letting us demonstrate this. So Gideonji, take it away. I see a lot of pieces here. So what's the objective and so on?
So just to name the pieces quickly, we have the king. The king is the big piece. Let me use these bigger pieces.
Yes.
So that is the king. We have got 6 different ones, 6 different pieces. So the king, that's the objective, to capture that one.
And then here we have the queen, just a bit shorter than the king, as you can see.
Then we have the bishop, the knight, the rook,
and a pawn.
And a pawn.
Okay.
So this is the start position. You arrange, it's white versus black. You have equal forces. So there's no element of luck. It's the player who has the better skill, the better plan, who wins the game. So this is how you arrange the start position. Just to show the king movement, the king moves 1 square any direction,
So
front and
diagonal, back.
Diagonal, back, left, right. So that is the king movement. The queen?
The queen, on the other hand, she can play just as the king in any direction, but she is more empowered because she will move as many steps as she wants. The king is limited to 1 step, while the queen can make as many steps as she wants in any direction. She can play diagonally. She can also play horizontally and vertically, and also in the black diagonals. If she's in a white square, she can play in the white diagonals. Dark square, dark diagonals.
Okay, so that's a precious piece to have.
She's the most powerful piece on the board.
Yeah, ladies like hearing that.
And why not?
So the queen is the most powerful.
Right.
Then next we have 2 bishops, and bishops move diagonally. So you'll find this is sitting on a dark square, and this diagonal, it can move as far as it wants diagonally, and as well this one is sitting on a light square, so she can move diagonally as well. So these 2 will never meet. So that is our bishops.
Okay.
Now next is the knight. As you can see, it looks like a horse.
Yeah.
That's how we normally tell kids so that they can remember. So the knight makes a letter L of 4 squares, starting from where you're standing. So you say 1, 2, 3, 4. So a letter L. If it's here, 1, 2, 3, 4. That way. And it can jump over other pieces.
Right.
Yes.
And then we have the rook. The rook moves straight, so either vertically or horizontally, as far as it wants. So it can move like that, down and up.
And then a game can take hours.
Yes, there are different formats of the game. There are games that now, like when she plays in the Olympiad, their games can take up to 7-8 hours, just one single game.
That's a lot of sitting.
In fact, you require a lot of physical fitness.
Really?
To play chess.
To play this?
Yes.
While you're seated? How does that
Because
work?
you need stamina, you need concentration. Remember, your brain and body are interlinked.
Okay.
So you'll find that in the regiment of the top players, they have a physical exercise. And this applies to everything. Even when you're going to do an exam, your mind needs to be fit. So you do physical exercise. It's very important.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you didn't tell us about the front row.
The front row.
These are the
This,
soldiers.
These are the foot soldiers.
Foot
They're known
soldiers.
as the pawns. And pawns move in a straight line up to the end. And at the beginning, they can jump one step, or you can decide to move one step at a time. Okay? So these are the pawns, and they capture, like these two pawns, they capture in a diagonal way. So this pawn would capture diagonally. Yeah. So those are the 6 pieces, and that's how they generally move. And knowing that is a matter of minutes. And now the objective of the game is to corner and capture the king.
And the other objective is to protect your king and your queen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So what happens in the first move?
Now,
what is the first move?
The opening, there are 3 phases. There's the opening, there's the middle, and the end game. So in the opening, your job is to get your forces out in an efficient way to make them, to develop them, such that they can go to squares where they can be well positioned to make a final attack. So that is the opening phase.
Essentially, it's a war game, really. You're
Yeah,
trying to
it's
capture
a war
territory.
between 2 kingdoms.
Mhm.
So you have a white kingdom and a dark kingdom. The whole plan is, this is not enough space for both kingdoms, for 2 kings, okay? So you want one king to be the ruler at the end of it all. And the only way you'll achieve that is if you corner the other king, okay? So that's why everyone here fights to protect the king. They'll give their lives for the king, including the queen, yes.
Okay. So how does it begin?
So typically, players begin from the center, a center move, so that you can open up for your bishop, your queen, and just generally gain some space. And your opponent may make a move, same move. Then the idea is just to bring out your pieces, your forces. So these are your minor forces, your knight, bring it out, and things like that. And maybe I bring out my bishop. So the idea is to bring out your pieces, like this is attacking a square near the king. So the idea is to bring out your forces so that they can point at your enemy, and when you want to launch an attack, the forces are close by.
At what point do you capture?
At what point do we capture?
Mhm.
Like for instance, I guess it's your turn. So when an enemy piece is within range and it is beneficial to you to capture, you go ahead. So let's say she makes a move.
I played here.
Oh, you played there?
Yes.
So let's say I made a bad move like this. I played the knight
directly
directly next to the pawn. So it gets captured. And what happens is my forces, the white forces, are reduced by a knight, and she has a more powerful side. So the idea to win the game, the most basic strategy is for you to capture your opponent's pieces, make him weaker, and then now deal your final blow, right? Another strategy is also to create a formidable attack that your opponent cannot parry.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're also trying to entice them to kind of weaken their defenses,
Exactly
lay traps for them.
Exactly that.
Okay.
So the opening phase is quite important, but just as important is the ending, where now you deal the final blow. It's a plan. Like for instance, like when they learn to fly, you have to plan to land, because if you get up in the air, and then you ask yourself, how do we land it?
Right.
So landing is, in fact, the first thing that we teach, of course, after teaching the moves, is how to end the game, how to do the killer move.
How long does it take to learn this game, if you're a complete beginner like myself?
For a complete beginner, let's say you learn all the rules in one session.
Okay.
But for you to become conversant with the rules, you know how to play around them, how to break them so that they work for you, maybe around 10 hours, yes.
And there are very good tools online. In fact, during this COVID break, you'll find chess has had a big boom because online there are so many resources that teach you step by step. For any person, in fact, there are online resources, videos, websites where you can learn in a matter of minutes. Of course, learning the moves and the rules is step one, but to master the game takes now different levels of input.
Yeah, Roy, what has been your worst game? What happened?
My worst game, I was playing versus an Egyptian lady. I can't recall her name well.
Where was that?
It was in Mombasa. We had the zonals tournament. Yeah, so I had a winning position. I had considered it's won, and I had actually relaxed. I decided to go to the washroom. So as it often happens, for some people, once you go to the washroom, you come back and you have to reset the whole game. You start remembering. So once I came back, I decided to play fast. I forgot about settling down and rethinking. I made a move that cost me the game. Yes, from a one position to lost.
Okay.
So,
that's the beauty of chess. You can take a washroom break, yeah?
yes, you can, but you go and make sure you're still calculating. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's not won until you checkmate, because you may capture as many pieces as you want. I can capture all your pieces, and then I still end up checkmating you, cornering your king, which is the only thing that counts at the end.
So the king is everything?
The king is everything.
Oh, so you lose the king, even if it's in the early stages, that's it?
Yes.
Okay. Have you had a bad moment, Gidenji, or have you been winning all the way through?
Well, I had good sessions at some point, but now I think more bad sessions. I've had, like for instance, at one point I peaked at number 3, and now I am down in the huku kwa nyasi. Yeah, it's a loss of form. You know, like chess is a sport, it's a discipline where you need to keep current, you need to keep abreast with the latest trends and things like that, and play generally every day. So when you like maybe get distracted, your level goes down.
Okay.
Even when you become unfit, your level goes down. So these COVID wastelands, yeah, things have gone a bit awry.
And so the idea is that when playing chess, you can actually just make a move and relax, even take a little bit of a walk, especially when you think it's a really good move. You can walk away from the board.
As I said, there are different formats of the game. For her, when they're playing the Olympiad time controls, you can play for 2 hours, 3 hours, 7 hours. There are other formats, like for instance, the fastest one is called bullet. And bullet, you each have 1 minute to complete the game, to play your plan and to complete your game. And bullet, there's no walking away to go to the bathroom or anything. You have no time.
You just keep going.
So you have
time bad.
So you have bullet. Then after that, there's blitz around 5 minutes per player that ends in 10 minutes. Then you have rapid time controls, which is very popular online also, is 25 minutes to 1 hour per player. Then now you have the classical, now for the professional players, like themselves. Like in the league, we have a national league. We have national championships, junior championships, which they play in classical time controls.
Right.
And the best players are sponsored by the government and the federation to go and play many countries. Like she's gone all over the map.
Where have you been? Where has chess taken you? What kind of countries?
I think I enjoyed being in Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan?
Yes.
Wow, that's... Right?
I know, it's strange. Sometimes you even forget. I discovered that there's Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
The map, yes.
Okay, and now people have gone to the extent that you can play against a computer.
Yes, now that's the beauty of chess. Well, the field games, most of us have to first put it on pause. For chessers, we are still meeting online, okay? So I just talked to Gidinji. We say at 2 we are going to have a match. We decide if it's going to be 5 minutes or even classical. The same thing, I just send him a challenge on applications such as We have Lichess, we have chess.com, chess24. Yeah, these applications are allowing us to continue playing chess.
Okay. So Gideonji, just take me through, I just want to understand your thinking process. What's on the board? How are you going to move? Just tell me what's going through your mind. I'm assuming you're making the next move.
Okay, yeah.
First of all, interpret what she's done.
So she's just picked a piece that I played a bad move. I played it into danger and it was not protected.
So you've lost one?
So I've lost the knight. Right now, as much as my forces are lower, I now need to consolidate. So I'm thinking of how to protect my king. And there's a special move called castling. So I'll castle, where you tuck your king in the corner.
Shielded now.
You shift it in the corner. And I try now to ward off her attack, because the stronger player is more likely to advance against you. So this is still in the opening, yeah.
Okay, let me get into Nyarwai's brain. And for you, when you read this, what's going through your mind and how?
For me, I have captured a free piece. As I told you, I've still not won because I've still not developed my pieces. My pieces are still at home. He has been able to castle, but I cannot castle with pieces standing between my king and my castle. So right now, I want to bring out my pieces. For instance, I can bring out the knight, then later the bishop, and I can castle, putting my king to safety.
So this knight comes out and immediately attacks my pawn. So when you're attacked, you defend. So you don't want to give away pieces like I did before.
Okay.
So I've defended it with another pawn. And the idea is, as you move on, you're creating structures that you're trying to create a fortress, like for my side, that I can parry an attack and probably get a result out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain what you're doing as you go ahead.
As I said now, castling, I've already gotten a piece, and usually when you gain material or when you get one advantage, just like in life, when something might work out and then you get extra excited and you forget the bigger picture. So I've gotten a piece, but I might forget that I can be checkmated, so I have to first secure my king.
So,
okay?
she wants
so nothing happens to the king as long as there's a piece in front, or how does it?
No, right now, once there is no piece standing between the king and the rook, you can do castling, whereby we have the king moving 2 steps towards the rook and the rook to the other side. Yes, but the advantage is when the king is in the center, for instance here, attacks could come from any direction. Okay, it's good for another piece. Let's say the queen. When the queen is in the center, she's very powerful because she'll go in any direction. But for the king, it's different. You have to tuck him in. He's the soul of the game, so you can't have him just meandering. Yes, so you have to tuck in the king. Usually people prefer putting the king in the corners so that any attack that is coming to your king, you can actually see everything heading towards you.
So when it's in that position, Gideonji, is there anything, just the way things are at the moment?
Yeah.
You cannot get that far.
So for now,
when
the king is within a fortress.
Yeah.
You can see it has all these defenders around him.
Right.
So even if I want to attack, I have to kind of like remove the defenders, or I have to have a stealthy way of attacking. But it's safe for now. So this is one of the aims of the game, to have a safe king. Then now you can fight.
Right.
So mine is not so safe, but I'm a piece down, I'm a defender down. So the idea is just to
explain what you've just done.
So I'm getting one of my forces from this side, from the queen side. I want to bring him to the king side so that I can have more defenders around my king, because I know a storm is coming, and I'd better have my pieces close to the king to defend, because that's the aim of the game. I'm already, when you're at a disadvantage, you try and minimize your losses. So in fact, chess is very good for business strategy and things like those, because there's a lot of life lessons which come in through the strategy that you shall learn on the board and application.
So kind of the risks that you're prepared to take,
yes.
How to minimize your risks.
Yes, anticipate problems. Exactly, exactly. And even temperament and your nerves. because when things are thick, if you panic, you make bad decisions.
Stay cool.
Stay cool.
Don't get too excited if you're in front, like Nyarwai did in Mombasa.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So you have to plan your way to a win.
So let's see Penina's move. So
now, as planned before, I just castle so that now, once I know my king is safe, now I can start playing around.
Yes.
Chocozaring my opponent.
Now that she is safe?
Now that the king is safe, now I can start making other plans. Like if I see a weakness, an undefended piece, yes.
So generally now that's almost the end of the opening, where you've kept your king safe and you've brought out your pieces. Now you go to the middle game where there's combat, where you're going to exchange a lot of pieces, and then at the end of it all,
so in summary, in the opening phase of the game is you open up, you do your initial moves, you secure your own king, make sure that they are protected, so that now you can begin. How does it now we move into the, what do you call it, the middle phase?
The middle game,
the attack phase? Yeah.
The middle game is now where the pieces come closer to each other, so there's combat. There's definitely going to be combat.
Exchange ideas and blows.
Yes, so now it's a matter of exchanging blows. You know, outside looking in, for non-chess players, they sometimes look at chess and they're like, oh my God, these people are, it's so dull and whatnot. But what is going on here is like a movie. It's epic.
Okay.
So, yeah, there you go.
So now, I want to leave you guys doing that middle phase.
Yes.
I'll walk off.
Yes.
I'll come back and see. You can continue playing even as I link up with my other video again.
Yes.
So for now, can we set up now a proper game?
Yep. In fact, we'll set up a proper.
And what we'll do, we have chess inspectors, world in our TV gallery who will come to inspect, and we'll see who the winner is.
Okay.
So just set up to the beginning completely, and then you can now start your game.
Yes.
Now, do you have referees in chess?
Yes, we do. In fact, they are professionals. We have international arbiters. We have the world body who recognizes levels of arbiters, referees. So they're very important because chess is quite, it's quite complex. So it needs good refs.
Ukiwa na foul?
Ukiwa na foul, you don't get a red card, but you get like a warning.
Yeah.
There's a manual for a big, huge manual which gives prescribes what to be done for different scenarios.
Okay, so Joyce Gedenji, your time starts now. Twende kazi.
You picked my knight, so I need it back.
Hi, Penina, good morning. Again.
Good morning.
I was doing a bit of chess here. How is it going over there?
It's good.
So now you do this full time. It's not just a game. It's also your job. And I know that you also have a family. How does that work?
So I have a desk at home where I have everything set up. And so in the morning when I wake up at around 7, I do my breakfast, and I have a daughter, I give her breakfast as well. And then by around 9, I'm settled. We do, I don't go to the office every day. So when I'm not, I just sit down my desk, have a meeting. We usually just do that in the first thing in the morning, have our meeting. After that, I have my to-do list, and then I have hours set for practice.
So how old is your daughter?
At night, because she's 4 years old.
So hasn't started yet playing?
Yes, she does play.
Wow, how good is she?
A lot.
So just take us. So when this is not the only game that you do, can you tell us about what else you do in terms of these electronics or video games?
So I also play other games like Apex Legends, Tomb Raider, Q, Limbo. So for my work, I usually create esports content and stream as well, because we have a new game that's coming out in October for beta testing. So be on the lookout for that. So I usually stream on our platform just to give our audience a feel of what we are making and what's about to come out as well.
Oh, okay.
Other than that,
Just before we take a short break, what do you do not to get so addicted onto your console? Yeah.
I wouldn't say that it's addiction. I would say that it's loving what you do. If you really love what you do, you'll just find yourself assigning specific hours so that you can balance your hours in the day. So what I do normally, I just do various things. So like research on esports in Africa. I train other people as well. As much as I'm trained, I trade with other people. I have time with my daughter, like playtime. I take my dog out for a walk. I go out for, okay, with Corona, I don't go out as much, but, just stretching your legs out there, just to make sure that your hours in a day, they're not just all spent seated and playing.
Okay, Penina, thank you. Stay on the line for us. We're going to take a short break as you play, as Gedenji and also Joyce play away. We'll be right back with more of Indoor Games in Your World.
People ask me, why do you risk death? For me, this is life.
I'm going to hang a high wire between the two towers of the World Trade Center and work on it.
Good luck. I was always searching, looking for the perfect place to hang my wire.
Whoa.
I'll figure out how to get the wire across. The man is obviously crazy. Are we just here to watch him die?
One mistake out there, and you're going to die.
Vina vegetable oil stays liquid to the last drop, so it's smooth cooking from start to finish. Now with an easy-to-pour cap with Mapishi Poa, Madishi Poa.
Akili, 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 akili. Let's chase the germs away. Let's chase the germs away by keeping our hands clean. And when you want to sneeze or when you want to cough, do it in your elbow. Let's practice sneezing into your elbow. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Achoo! Again. Achoo! Yay! You did it! Germs, germs, germs. They make us sick. Germs, germs, germs are not our friends. Germs, germs, germs. They make us sick. Germs, germs, germs. Germs, germs, germs are not your friends.
Just an ordinary day at Tooth Defenders headquarters.
Hey! Pop quiz. Who should floss their teeth? Everyone should floss.
Not so fast, super genius. Everyone's teeth should get flossed. But if you're younger than 8, a grown-up should do it for you.
You.
What a lucky me. My teeth. I love them, that's what I said. Teeth, the brightest thing in my head. My teeth.
Could this be the end of Tooth City?
It's been so much fun. See you never.
blind man told police officers, afade mimi sijawahi ona bangi maisha yangu yote.
Hizo ma-award zikafanya watu waanze kuimbia award badala waimbe the word.
Mimi mkinichagua mtaona miujiza.
Anajifanya siku hizi.
Kimbia mara moja.
Naogopa Mwenyezi Mungu na uji moto peke yake.
Hiyo si bangi.
Get your back leg fired up, strong. Now reach, extend your hands way up and go back. Low push-up, hands down, step back.
Yoga is believed to help reduce the risk of non-communicable diseases, including heart disease, diabetes, and respiratory diseases.
It is one exercise that caters for your mind, body, and soul.
Positive vibes to you, light and peace. Namaste.
Akili, 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 akili. Let's chase the germs away. Let's chase the germs away by keeping our hands clean. And when you want to sneeze or when you want to cough, do it in your elbow. Let's practice sneezing into your elbow. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Achoo! Again. Achoo! Yay! You did it! Germs, germs, germs. They make us sick. Germs, germs, germs are not our friends. Germs, germs, germs. They make us sick. Germs, germs, germs. Germs, germs, germs are not your friends.
As a news director, you also need to put a lot of consideration when it comes to preventing the spread of the coronavirus, especially here in the All right. Yes, and I think that's what I learned. When you do get a sneeze or you feel like coughing, take a tissue paper, put it on your mouth and in front of your nose and sneeze into it, then roll it down and throw it in a trash can.
And people ask me, why do you risk death? For me, this is life.
I'm going to hang a high wire between the 2 towers of the World Trade Center and work on it.
Good luck. I was always searching, looking for the perfect place to hang my wire.
Whoa.
I'll figure out how to get the wire across. The man is obviously crazy. Are we just here to watch him die?
One mistake out there, and you're going to die.
It's time to kickstart your smart and give your brain a mega boost with DSTV. There's oodles of mind-blowing channels for kids young all together now. To get your knowledge workout, get connected to DSTV.
So welcome back to Your World. Today we have an indoor arena here in our studio. We've turned it upside down so that we can play as many games as possible. Now we've got a lot of professional players in the room. There is Ligare, whom you just saw demonstrating a few tricks with our small mini basketball court. And then we also have Penina. Penina is an online video gamer, and she's busy even as we speak with her friends from around the world playing away. We also have Githinji and Joyce Nyeroi, our chess people, chessers they call themselves, who are engaged in a really competitive game. So those are the guys we have in the studio. And then here with me is Sumit Dodia, who replaces his colleague Vistesh Sonegra. Sumit is also co-founder of Baobox. Now, Sumit, let's start with what's in front of me. This we'll talk about this in a moment, and then we'll come back to the little boxes. But first of all, here's what you've been saying to us on our hashtag New Normal. We asked you what kind of indoor games you play, and this is what you say. Our first comment here, which comes from, this one is from IG Director Edu. We had to improvise and get something to be doing with my wife as we wait for the day of delivery of our firstborn. Congratulations. We trained ourselves how to play Scramble, and wow. Do you mean Scrabble? We have really enjoyed. Now I'm at the hospital waiting for her and our firstborn. Thank you and all the best with the baby. Lusigi, FIFA, Seasons and Warfare. Asante sana. Muguna, you're saying chess. Okay, you're at home with our masters here in their house. Ombeva Jose, I enjoy football. You utatueleza what you mean. Have you been eating all along? Young minds, Scrabble and chess. Yes, I love Scrabble. It's my favorite. Asante sana. Devi, the game me a God and FIFA series. Asante sana. Well, okay. Hiya, Patrick Muturi. Ludos and Scrabble are my favorite indoor games. Okay, Scrabble is scoring quite high. Asante sana. And yeah, Kenyan Cowboy, nasema pool. Okay. Do you have one set at home? I'd love to know. I'm an ile mini pool. Collins as well. You also had your comment, which we just lost, but we'll come back onto it. But first, Sumit, tell me, what is this?
Here we have a carom board. Very simple, very easy to play game, locally available as well. Carom, it can be a 2 or 4 player game. And with the setup, from the word go, the setup is very simple. As opposed to chess, where the aim is to kill the king, here we aim to kill the queen. And the queen is placed right at the center. And there's an arrangement of the other tiles around it that counts. Now, again, the aim of the game is to win. How do we win? The tiles, we can appoint points. For the white ones, we can appoint 100, and the black tiles 200 points. And the queen will earn you 500 points. And the way we start is very simple. Each of us, if we are playing 2 players, we play across each other. And so basically, this would be my section. And from here, place my tile here.
Anywhere along the line?
Along the line, I have the choice. The only rules and restrictions are that it has to fall within the space. If it is outside, or if you don't place it properly, it can be a foul. So you lose your turn, goes to the other guy.
Right.
In this case, let's say I start from here. Using my fingers, I have to hit the tiles in the middle. Now, after I've done my turn, since we are 2 players, and I expect you to join me in the game,
yes,
I would request you to go on the other side so we can...
I'll go around. And thank you to Nairobi Sports House for lending us this beautiful game, which I'm playing for the first time. So let me come around, have a go. So I use the same?
Yes, use the same counter.
So place it
anywhere in the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
The objective again is to try and get
points. And the way you get points is to get any of these tiles into the 4 pockets in the corners.
So I can, in any direction?
In any direction. The restrictions for you and for me are, if any tile is touching or within your region, you cannot play it.
Right.
And also with these arrows, you cannot play anything on these.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's open game. Oh, wow. Natural.
So, that's mine?
That's yours, and you've earned yourself 200 points. Well
beautiful.
Done.
200. Yeah. Is there any technique with the hands or the fingers?
What's comfortable and what helps you shoot straight, I guess.
Okay.
That's,
a bit like pool,
if you hit where you aim, it really helps, I guess. That's the idea.
So I'll aim for another 200 over there.
Ooh, yeah, so
Not
this
strong enough.
aiming is harder than it looks.
Than you think. Yeah.
And then there's elements of controlling power, and you can use tricks because people would bounce it off the side of the boards and like, yeah, so, and I guess another thing is it helps because you can play with all ages. It doesn't require a lot of movement. So
as long as you're
mobile,
flexible.
with, you've got some dexterity in your hands, and it allows you to play the game. Yeah, growing up, it was a popular game with
Where does
my
this
father.
originate?
Interesting question.
Yeah. Or who tends to play?
I think it's quite popular in, from my knowledge, it's quite popular in India, definitely. In Kenya, we have, coming from an Indian background, we have played it at home.
Right.
Popular with my father, my elder cousins and all that growing up, it used to be a multi-generational game. And I'm not sure how much it's picked up in Kenya of late, but it'd be interesting to see or hear how many guys have played it, or we do have it at Bowerbox as well. So I guess it would be nice to see people who have never touched it before to pick up the game and play, because it's not complicated.
How much does this cost, this set?
I think, as you mentioned, I think best is if they go to Nairobi Sports House and ask them.
Not a problem. Okay. Now, could you have 4 players, or you can only play as 2 players?
So you can play as 4 players as well.
Because you got all the...
Correct, yeah. So but the only thing that changes is then we would be in the same team and the people across would be in the same team. And after I do my turn, it will be the next person on the right's turn, and we keep going round and round.
You take turns as you go around. Okay.
Yeah, and it helps with 4 players because you can spoil the other person's game plan before they can do anything and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, we're not doing too well here. We've
yes, practice makes perfect. You started off really well, and then
yes, and then now it's slowed down. Just 200 points. Let's see.
Yeah.
Good.
I think if we keep going at this, we'll take forever with our skills.
Absolutely, and there is no shortcut.
There is no shortcut.
Okay, so so that's Karam. Let me come round and we get a sense of what these other games are all about. Jenga is a popular.
Yeah.
We'll just lift this for a moment and
thank you.
Have space for.
So, yeah. So let's play a round of Jenga.
Yeah.
As much as it's a shame that Jenga is not a Kenyan game, because the name might sound familiar. If I say Jenga to you, what would it mean?
Yeah, I'm building something.
Correct. So the name has Swahili origins. And ironically, the aim of the game is, the game ends when it falls down as opposed to being built up.
So it should actually be Bomoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, once again, this is just a little piece we designed to help arrange the game easier. Once again, in this, the rules are very simple. You cannot touch the top 3 complete layers. All you have to use is one hand, the same hand, find a piece, remove it, place it on top, following the order. Okay. That is it. So if I have to go first, the person who drops it loses, basically.
Right.
Now it's your turn.
Any piece.
Any piece below these top 3, so you can go crazy.
Okay, so you...
And using the same hand only one hand. You
only one hand.
Keep interchanging, use 2 hands. You cannot grip the tower itself.
So for people with shaky hands, this is not a...
Nerves of steel. You need nerves of steel.
Hey. No, we'll do it. We'll do it. Stay put.
Hey, well done. Yes.
There?
Ooh, so that was a dicey one.
So apart from making sure the pieces don't drop, what's the other objective? Is it to
build it up as high as possible?
As high as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. Phew. How many players again? Or it doesn't-
Again, yeah, with this, I was just getting to it. It can be as many as you'd like. So the more the merrier always. Just like the way we are going one after the other, if you have more players, it's just rotating turns.
Okay. This is quite popular with the kids.
You'll be surprised. There is a notion that board games are for kids, and I think as BaoBox, we have managed to change that perspective for most people. And we have seen that the uptake of board games is by everyone. It's as simple as two friends coming in and playing the game. It's worked for a lot of people coming on dates as well. It's worked for a lot of families, friends, larger groups as well. I think we need to change the mindset. The last few years as BaoBox, we've had a chance to be part of that revolution, if you may say, or re-revolution. If you look at BaoBox, we are an idea that was birthed from a childhood memory. It was not a group of friends who sat down and said, what's the next big business idea? It was more so a conversation about how did we spend our childhood? What did we get up to? The times where our neighbors were our best friends. And then from there, we are like, when it rained, we'd all sit down indoors and play board games.
Play game, yeah.
And the aim of playing board games inside was just simple bonding, socializing. And with that notion, at that time, we didn't care what age everyone was. Everyone's played Monopoly with family.
Yeah.
So why now are we saying that board games are for children?
Okay.
And taking that forward into the BaoBox concept, it is to promote people to socialize. And with socializing come simple games like this, which is literally just come, set up, start playing. Or to ones which require, as opposed to dexterity, that's a memory game we have here.
Right. Let's talk about this for a moment, actually, while we are coming back to Jenga. Yeah, I love the box.
Yeah, this is actually a locally made game. It's a memory game. The aim of the game is very simple. Again, please help me with some tiles as well. Yeah, just pile them up upside down and we can start.
So what are these, again, what's the idea behind this, even as we...
So, as I said, it's a memory game.
Right.
The aim is every time we have a turn, you have to overturn.
Right.
You get to overturn 2 tiles. If it's a pair, you get to keep that, and that's your point.
Okay.
And now the reason why it's a memory game is, let's say I overturn these 2.
Right.
It's not a pair.
So you put them back.
Face up. Face down now.
Oh, okay.
But now this is where the memory comes in.
I have to remember.
Yeah, if I remember the patterns, the next time I see another one, I can make the pair again.
Okay. So
any 2 go for
any
it.
2.
Yeah. They're different again. Upside down. Different again.
Can I match with something I saw? Or what's
the next turn now?
Oh, the next turn. Okay.
Yeah. It also helps for me to have a memory for yours.
Right.
Ooh, I messed up. Now it's your turn again.
Now I know what this is. Da 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 da. Oh. Gosh, we're not doing too well.
The more tiles you overturn, I think the more you learn where the patterns are, and then you can match. Yeah.
Wow, so this could take a whole day?
It could take a while. Based on our memory, from the way it's going, I think we might take a whole day.
We need to find something.
We need to find.
This is not good. Let's go to the farthest end. There might be luck in here. Okay.
And here, now...
Okay, right. So just let's show this. So you've got a marching pair here.
Now this means I basically get a point, and I get to have a go again.
Right. So when you get this, you have another go. So it will end when we've...
No tiles.
No tiles which are face down on the board.
Yes. So the person, ideally with most luck or best memory, ends up taking the most.
Luck is good. Memory, I'm not too sure.
Kenya at 50.
Oh, what was this about?
This is a locally made board game, actually. And it's been very popular, especially, again, as you said, with board games. First, I've tried to negate why it's only for, not only for children. And now I want to negate that it's not only for a group of friends. We have seen a good uptake from corporates coming in as a team building exercise.
Right.
And one of the most popular game with, with corporates, I guess, people you work with are also a group of friends in a way, has been Kenya at 50.
Okay. Just give us a bit of a summary so that we can make sure that you have more.
Sorry?
Spotted? Yeah. Yeah. Just what the idea is. We meant to be able to play it.
So this is a game based on points again, and you need 500 points to win the game. You start from here and move as you move across. The way you would move across is so it's a team game. You need minimum of 4 players for this game, as opposed to the others where you could start with 1 or 2 players.
A bit like snakes and ladders a little bit, but
yeah. So this one where let's say I have my team and this is your team. The way the team would move forward is with a roll of dice, we get a 6, so the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would move my tile here. And
then when you get here, what happens?
So this game is now, it's a good example of a game which requires you to explain, use now your verbal skills. So now, because this is a red color, we take a card with the red side. And as we can see, there are certain words that are written here. These are things that we can all associate with.
So this one says Nakumat, Westgate, Rabbit, Duskies, Candid Camera, Changamka, Old Mutual, Urena's Driving School, Z, Yeah.
Now the aim for me is, with my teammates, to get through as many words of this as I can without saying the word itself. So I have to explain what this is and get them to guess the word. And when I say the word itself, I've broken the rule.
Sure. I've just broken the rules.
Basically, you went straight on.
Okay. Well,
we can tweak it to a 2-player game as well.
Yeah.
Whereby, just between friends, as opposed to using the board and all that, we just try get through as many words as we can with each other. So let's...
just as an example.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
Next game. Yeah. Oops.
Okay. So I have a card with me. I'm going to try explain some of these words, and you have to guess them.
Okay.
As simple
as.
Yeah. Tier 1 bank, Barclays, and another one.
Standard Chartered.
Perfect. A mountain not too far from Nairobi and near Mount Suswa. Crater.
Mountain Gong, no?
It has got a big crater, very famous for hiking.
It has to be Kilimanjaro or Mount Kenya. No.
Mount Longonot. We got that. Now, grilled chicken. What is that whole process? Very famous Kenyan diet, so to speak.
Choma, nyama choma.
Yes, there you go. Our Vice President.
Yeah.
His name, please.
William Ruto. Yeah.
Dash Nimali. Complete
that. Akili Nimali.
Okay. Elimu
Nimali as well. Okay.
It's matter of the heart. What is that emotion? And there's fake of this. And
love.
Yes, and if not fake, it's what?
It's real. It's
another word for real.
It's pure. It's natural. It's
very close. Very close.
What was that again?
True love.
Oh, true love. My
then
goodness.
next one, Lupita's father.
Nyong'o, the governor.
Yes,
Nyong'o. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. All right. So next one.
Can't get these.
Cool.
Now this is a game that is actually well, ages 7 to adult. Now once again, you see why they've written to adult, because it doesn't stop with any age. Another game that gets as simple as it can, but if we are two competitive people, I think we'll leave this studio fighting. So,
so again, what's the idea?
The idea is to get rid of all the cards in your hand.
Aha.
And the way we do that, now these are your pile, turn it around. In this one, you have to match a picture on this with something on your card.
Okay.
And
So-
only if you can match, you can place it down and call the item as well.
Okay.
Now,
So, yeah.
So if you, let's say with the first card, we can place it. Are we finding any link between what's on your card and what's here in the middle?
Question mark? Oh, in the middle or just any?
In the middle. So the aim is I want to get rid of my cards in my hand by placing them in the middle.
Right.
And the only way I can place it down is when there's something, the two pictures matching between the cards.
Two, right, okay.
Yeah.
So
in this case, I think it's one of the situations.
Let's so that we can all see. Let's move Jenga to one side so we can have more space and see what's going on. I'll put this away as well.
Is that better?
And that will be in there.
So in this case, I have.
So this is the card that we have.
We start
that we're gonna
yes.
put it down.
We
just
start
so
with
that
one card at the
people
bottom.
who comes can see. Yeah.
And the rest of the cards we have divided equally between the two,
Mm-hmm.
and we start the game with one card here. Now, between the two, we call out a picture that we can see here and on our own card.
Okay.
And then place it down, and the fastest fingers wins. So in this one, question mark.
Okay. So there has to be two. Yeah.
So yeah, see my question mark and this one matched.
Okay.
So I can place this card down.
All right.
Bomb.
Nothing yet.
Key.
No.
Spiderweb.
Spiderweb. No.
Spiderweb again.
Okay. Hey, I'm not doing too well. And I have to pick the card on top or any?
If you find that it doesn't have, both of us don't have, then we can place it at the bottom and continue playing.
Cool. Oh, I've got that. Cheese and
there
okay.
we go. Cat.
So you keep going until
the cards finish.
Okay.
If one of our cards, at the rate it's going, when I finish mine,
you're bound to win.
And
it
I
plays
would have
really
won the
fast.
round. Yeah, exactly, and it goes
Yeah.
very fast. The more you get used to it, the faster it goes.
Okay.
Again, with adults, it's more fun because it's about speed. But with kids, we have seen a lot of them get engaged because it's got the colors, the
Bright
pictures.
colours, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And we are teaching them to relate pictures, view them, because the pictures are of different sizes. Like the lock in this is bigger than the lock in this. But now to not compare pictures just on size, but by the object that is there.
Okay. Now, so just before we go on a break, we've seen a lot of people stocking up their gyms at home because of the pandemic. What has happened to indoor games in terms of demand for indoor games?
I think with the survey you guys have done, you have seen that there has been an interest for games that we have been brought up with, Scrabble, chess, and the likes. So there is, again, in the last few years actually, not only pandemic, we are very humbled to be part of a growing culture. And more so in the pandemic, we have seen, especially personally, where I found people, well, of course, taking pictures, sending to me because of BowerBox, but otherwise as well. A lot of stories on Instagram where friends have got together or families playing board games together.
Right.
Now the challenge I would say to all of us Kenyans is to let's experience different board games. We have a very...
We'll come on to that in a moment because I need to take a short break.
Okay.
We'll be right back with more. We've got a couple of games still to show you. with Sumit, and what else is going on while our chessers are still at it, and Penina is also busy on her video game. We'll take a short break now. We'll be right back with more on Your World.
Heaviness and a burning inside, it could be heartburn.
Indigestion and heartburn? Eno gets to work in 6 seconds and works on the 6 symptoms of heartburn so you can keep living life non-stop. Eno, fight heartburn and indigestion fast.
Along came love.
It looks like Luciana is sticking her nose into things that are none of her business.
This isn't the right time.
He was always after me and everything was just going great. Until Marta got in the way, just as she did with your father.
If there's anything that concerns my children, you have to tell me about it. Do you understand? Excuse me for interfering, but if Luciana didn't... But still, she doesn't have any right to keep from me anything that has to do with my children. Yes, but...
I don't even want to think about how much trouble she's in.
Luciana, the fact that I can't be with you doesn't mean that I can just forget everything I feel for you.
Are you all right, Madam Lillian? Is anything wrong? It's nothing you can fix. Nobody has the cure for love problems.
Along Came Love, in association with Blue Band Peanut Butter.
They told me everybody's 15 minutes in a different time zone.
This week on The Trend,
I like you, girl, in particular.
South Africa's finest rapper, Nasty C.
It's 7 digits on receipts now. The money coming like a breeze now.
The ever-blazing Sage.
Living in the sky, don't care what they say.
The sensational Kim Life. All these and many more, only on The Trend.
Why you tripping? You confuse me for another girl. Oh.
Did you know there's a laundry bar soap that can help save you time, water, and money? You save by not having to use multiple products. And you only rinse once. For a laundry soap that can help save you time, water, and money, try Whitewash Extra. Brand power, helping you buy better.
It's time to kickstart your smart and give your brain a mega boost with DSTV. There's oodles of mind-blowing channels for kids young all together now. To get your knowledge workout, get connected to DSTV.
Welcome back to Your World, and this morning, as you can see, our studio has become an arena, an indoor arena with an array of games that you can play at home. We've gone through a few. We've got a couple more to show before the end of our program. But before then, let's have a look at some of the other stories this morning. Roman Hagara and Hans-Peter Stanecker sailed into 3 counties in 3 minutes with 3 maneuvers in training on Lake Constance. The Austrian duo achieved the geographical feat while testing new foils on a racing boat capable of hitting a top speed of 40 knots. Here is all you need to know. The practice session was an endurance test for the GC32 catamaran on a location known on the lake as 3 Country Corner, which takes in Germany, Switzerland and Austria. As Stanecker explained, as such was the movement of the boat. It was straightforward to dip over the border at pace. He said, "We were surprised ourselves to find that we were able to sail between Germany, Switzerland and Austria with 3 maneuvers. The GC32 catamaran has no brakes and you can't always keep to the speed limits despite the boat's speed capabilities. On the day Hagara and Stanecker hit a top speed of 32 knots, with Stanecker admitting they can go infinitely faster. Australia's Caleb Ewan won stage 11 of the Tour de France on Wednesday by the narrowest of margins after a frantic bunch sprint was decided on a photo finish, as Primoz Roglic retained the overall lead on a sizzling day in terms of temperatures and concluding action. The diminutive Lotto Soudal rider, who visualizes various sprint scenarios on the morning of the race, edged Tuesday's winner and training partner Sam Bennett, who's currently in the green sprint jersey. "I know how hard he worked and how much it meant to him, but it meant a lot to me too," said Ewan. "He's one of my closest friends. We're kind of best mates and we live in the same block and we train together." Originally 3rd in the sprint, packed with excited fans, the peloton superstar Peter Sagan was sanctioned after swerving from his line and blocking the late surge of Wout Aert. Record 7-time sprint points winner Sagan was expelled from the Tour in 2017 after causing Mark Cavendish to fall in a lively sprint.
Yeah, super happy with my 2 stage wins. You know, one just takes the pressure off, and then after the first one you always want a second, and now I'm sure I'm going to want a 3rd, especially in Paris. So yeah, I hope to get through the mountains all right and have another sprint in Paris.
A woman who went surfing when she should have been self-isolating after testing positive for COVID-19 is arrested on a beach in San Sebastian in northern Spain, according to police, and is seen in Twitter footage of her arrest. Some people are really struggling to stay at home.
¿Estáis viendo esto? ¿Y esto? Pues cuando estaba haciendo yo surf, le estaba diciendo un socorrista a una tía que se saliera del agua porque era positivo de coronavirus, y se ha negado y la están esperando. Esa es la impresentable, positivo en coronavirus, que encima está huyendo de la policía. ¿Pero esto es una broma o qué?
Now, spacious, clean and almost completely see-through, an unusual new public toilet block has been built in a Tokyo park. But thankfully, the walls turn opaque as soon as you lock the door. When not in use, the 3 stylish units are translucent with purple glass for men and pink for women, as well as an accessible yellow unit also used for baby changing. Kana Saji, the Nippon Foundation Communications Officer, says, "Of course, the first time I saw the toilet, I was surprised, but architect Shigeru Ban explained how he could have solved 2 recurring problems with public toilets by making them transparent. Users' concerns about how clean they are could be dealt with, and also in terms of security, people can see no one is hiding inside. That's why the project was accepted," she added. "Here, we use a specific coating for the glass walls that remains transparent as long as they are charged with electricity. When you close the toilet doors, the electric current is stopped and the walls become opaque. I'll show you. You lock the door." Okay, time to play another game. With me here is Peter. Peter, explain what we're going to do now.
Right now we're going to be playing some FIFA, some e-football, as we like to call it. Yeah, so it's a growing sport. It's actually a sport in US and UK, not so much in Kenya. But even if I go to Germany to play this game, I'll be given an athlete's visa. You know, so it can show you how developing countries or developed countries are perceiving e-football as compared to Kenya.
How long have you been playing yourself?
I've been playing since FIFA 2005, but I've been playing competitively since 2013 when I went to my first tournament. My first tournament was just, what I won was just 10,000. That's in 2013. But right now, the prize monies we're talking about, even in 2018, Pro Series Gaming distributed 1 million shillings to the top e-football contestants. So you can see where we are going as a country.
And for those like me who are unfamiliar with the game, what does it involve and what's the objective?
Well, it's football. The thing is, not a lot of people can compete at the level of Mariga and, you know, the established football professionals. So another way to get the steam off, you know, and while you're just at home, even a lot of professional athletes, professional football athletes actually play e-football, like Diego Jota.
What do you like the most about this game?
Well, it challenges you psychologically, your mind. So e-football and e-sports in general is used in developed countries with kids to make them solve problems early at a very young age. You'll find 3-year-olds playing video games so they can solve problems early. So even when you take them to school, problem solving is already in their DNA.
Okay, Peter, do you want to demonstrate?
Okay, this is yours. The thing is, every single button in this pad has its function. And most of those buttons, they have a different function when you're defending and a different function when you're attacking. So I don't think you'll but we can try. You can look at the basics. That is, this X button is to pass, and then to shoot is the circle button.
Okay.
Yeah, you're moving with the left analog.
Yeah.
Yes. So we can just try. We can just pass the ball around.
Okay.
You can just pass the ball around directionally. You can use the direction to pick your passes. Just pick your passes. Just pick your passes. Look for the white. Look for the white.
Okay.
So if you want to score a goal, you can just pick your passes. Pick your passes. Because I'm already used to it.
Right.
Picking my passes
it's quite easy for you.
It's quite. Just look for the white, pick your passes. Yeah. Just the X. Yeah. Just pick your passes. You know,
Yeah. Okay.
So you know you're ready to learn the basics. You know.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. It's quite fun actually. Do we need to end the show?
So I can apply some pressure. The thing is, now once you get used to it, you can even do skill moves.
Right.
Yeah. You can get used to skill moves, get used to scoring.
Yeah.
It's actually a fun game if you see two professionals going at it. Just for now, for you can just pick your passes, you know. Yeah, just learn the basics. Just pick your passes.
Coordination.
Yeah, and then there are also like real game strategies in the real football. There's counter-attacking.
Right.
You know, there's
what's the green button?
That's for a through pass.
Okay.
If someone is running, let me just show you. If someone is running like there, and I'm trying to loft the ball to them, you know,
Okay.
So all those buttons. There's the finesse button if you want to curve it in. There's if I want to chip the ball over the keeper, there's a button for that. If I want to shield the ball, you know, there's a button for that.
So Peter, for guys who can't sleep too well, ukiona hii, it will take you through the night.
Well, you can even celebrate.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just they're trying to bring in real life.
And it's become as real as this now, you know.
Well, it's a growing phenomenon. It's a sport that's growing, and I can tell you something that's growing locally is esports lounges. So esports lounges have actually popularized, you know, playing football, e-football.
Right.
You know, so esports lounges have grown over the years. And when I started, esports lounges were, you know, something you'll find in your suburb. But right now, even in Two Rivers, there's a space that's coming called G Republic for just gamers.
Okay.
You know, where you can just go to two rivers, sit down, and, you know, and just play some FIFA, play some e-football.
Okay. Now, Peter, Kuzama Namata, I want to call in a substitute player, Brian Moshiri, NTV reporter, your world reporter. Brian, don't let me down. Remember, we've spent a lot of time.
I can't do practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian, explain what you're...
Okay.
Just set up a real game. Let's see how that will go.
We can just set up a real game.
And Brian, if you can explain to us what you're doing, what you're going to be doing.
So ideally, this is FIFA esports as a very growing sport in the country and also around the globe. I have personally been playing from 2007, so about 13 years.
Okay.
And what this basically does to you is, if you can't get to the level of La Liga and play for Real Madrid or Barcelona. So it gives you a chance now to select your team, any team in the world. There are select leagues in the world, the Spanish La Liga, Italian Serie A, and you now get to play with actual real players from your fingertips. And yes, that's basically
Now, Brian, in between your hard work and long shifts here at NTV, when do you get time to play this?
Well, sometimes when I go home, just before I go to sleep, some 20-30 minutes.
Right.
In the weekend is actually my time to just now get seriously into this. And you can actually play online. And
with others, yeah.
Yes, with others in other parts of the world. Creators like EA Sports gave us a chance to sit during the COVID period.
Okay. So, Peter, you're a professional.
Yes.
This guy is an amateur, but an advanced amateur compared to myself.
Yeah.
So just explain to us the game you're going to play if you're ready, and then we're just going to follow that actually.
Well, we're just playing a game of Real Madrid versus Barcelona, actually the biggest derby in the world, the El Clasico. So it just gives you a real life, it's like a simulator, and there's artificial intelligence has gone a long way into helping us play at this level. I can tell you in Kenya where we are headed. I've been having conversations with FKF, and they actually want to bring in a league, an EKPL league, so that most of the teams in the EKPL will have an esport athlete, just like in professional countries like the United States, where they have the EMLS. There's also the E-Premier League in the United Kingdom. Yeah, and also in Kenya, they want to come up with the EKPL.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Guys, play it away.
I just scored, by the way.
Oh, okay, as we were talking.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
Peter was distracted. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Aiden has.
But we didn't see your celebration, Brian.
Perhaps.
Yeah, how do you score and then no celebrations? Is this a Liverpool trophy or something? No.
No. It's respect, not to celebrate.
Actually, there's a lot of respect into it.
Oh, okay. Sawa. Mchezaji wa Brian huyo, vuta moja na tafuta mchezaji wa pili. Mwenzake huyo, tafuta nani apige wapi, anapata pasi, anapokonya kidogo na Peter ndio huyo, anachukua, anaangalia wapi, kulia, anakata kidogo, na tafuta mwenzake hapa katikati ya uwanja, anachenga mbili, Brian akachukua, navuta kutafuta mchezaji huyo ambaye ni wa Brian, ndio huyo, anakwenda kutafuta wapi afunge, lakini mlinzi yuko macho kabisa na hadi kwa goalkeeper, na mpira unarudishwa tena mbele kabisa kumtafuta mchezaji huyu ambaye ni wa Brian, ndio huyo. Brian anatafuta, anavuta nyuma kidogo, tafuta mchezaji mmoja mbele kabisa ambaye yuko, sijui kama hii itakuwa ni foul kidogo, lakini anakuja mpira kule, anatafuta goli, anafuta mchezaji, lakini kidogo amepokonywa na mpira umekwenda kabisa kwa Peter ndio huyo, anatafuta mwenzake kwenye upande wa kulia, anarudi, anavuta moja mbili, amepokonywa kidogo na Brian ndio huyo, anakuja hapa, amemtafuta mchezaji wake kidogo, amchenga huyo, mpira umekuwa mwingi kidogo, na hapa kidogo imekuwa ni mchezaji kidogo ambaye ameanguka majeruhiwa, lakini ananyanyuka. Haya pa Peter amepokonya kidogo, Brian anakuja, Brian ndio huyo, ametafuta lakini amekosa kidogo, na mpira umekuwa mwingi. Asante sana. Thank you guys.
He's a very aggressive defender.
Yeah.
Well, that's a moment the fans won't soon forget. Dembele. Griezmann. Dembele. Now Messi. Oh, a vital interception. Cross. Read it superbly to take back possession. So close to keeping himself onside, but offside is the verdict.
Well, and that's his job, the linesman. Give those tight offside decisions and get them right.
And that's an important intervention. I must say, no shortage of space. Umtiti. De Jong. Vidal. Getting forward. Ramos completely on top of the situation. Umtiti. De Jong. De Jong. Arturo Vidal. Now Griezmann. Crucial block from Varane. They do pass the ball with authority. De Jong. Well, that's how to do it defensively. Casemiro there. De Jong. Griezmann. A chance to whip it in. Very clever read, Casemiro. Benzema. Oh, a perfectly timed pass. Well, just couldn't keep himself onside. Nelson Semedo. Griezmann. Good ball movement and a decent position here for Barcelona. Hazard. The high press was on, and the chance is on. De Jong. Vidal. Messi. A delicious piece of skill. Dembele. Well, he was just a fraction offside then.
That's all he needs to be, a fraction, and it was so close.
Okay, so we no, I'm still to learn. So we're back at the chess. Now we left you guys playing away. How many games?
11 games so far.
11.
Yeah.
How
so
quick was that?
We've been playing bullet, really fast. 1 minute.
Bullet is the timed games.
Yes. Bullet, 1 minute per each player.
Whoa! What can you do in 1 minute?
A lot.
A whole game.
Really? Okay. I just want to demonstrate that. If you just put a clock on the one minute, let's see how far you move.
Okay. Okay. So let's go. So you have to play with one hand. Now this is the opening phase, getting out your pieces. Oops. I made a mistake. I hung the piece. So now I'm in trouble. So now time is now not on my side.
Okay. Do you get an alarm to know that it's up?
Yeah, the flag, the clock.
Okay.
It lets you know once your time runs out. So you can either lose on the clock.
How do you think that fast?
It's pattern recognition. So we have all these patterns all the time.
So probably Gidenji has played a certain line for so long, so it's become...
He's memorized that.
Yeah,
it's become
part and parcel of
his signature
yes.
moves.
Yeah, so I have to really play fast. Whatever she does, I try to react to it.
Yes.
So you can't hesitate.
Yeah, no hesitation because time is against you. So we're just looking at the clock. The clock
I'm waiting for the clock to say stop.
Yeah. Okay, you have to arrange it on your time though. Check. So when the king is under attack, you say check. Oh no.
Keep going.
Whoa. Sorry. That was bad. I should not have played more times. Nice. Very nice. Beautiful. Then I take a piece. Now I am back.
You're back.
I am back.
I
am back. Oh, come on. Now how do we get back?
Yeah.
There you go.
That was even there.
That was there. Things are bad, my friend.
Ah, okay. Oh, I have time.
You have time.
I think I should resign.
How much time?
Play until the mate.
40 seconds.
40 seconds. Let's see what you do in 40
seconds.
seconds.
In 40 seconds. Let me see if I can con him.
Yeah.
Now I'm aware
Let's
she's
throw a
going to
trick.
con me. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Okay. She's trying to con me.
Yeah. Are both kings still safe?
Oh, nice. Nicely played. Nicely played.
Oh, no.
You see, our king
No.
is all alone.
Yeah, yeah.
So now it's in
surround
trouble.
the king.
Ouch. That was bad. That was bad. That was... Hey, look
Hey!
good.
It's here. It's an A1, A8.
Okay, then it comes back. Then it's your turn.
How much time?
Oh,
It's 8 seconds.
8
I
seconds.
think she's done for now.
Okay.
But you have no time. I could turn things around.
And when the clock stops, we want to know who's won this game.
Okay, fine. There you go. So, in my 10 seconds. Oh, oh man. Oh. Okay, I lose on time.
There you go.
I lose
I
on
actually
time.
have 1 second. He
You have
has
a-
0.
She has
Fantastic.
1 second
So
and I have
you've got a
0.
second to, so those were 12 games in total. Can you give me the score?
Ah, it's a draw, isn't it? 6-6?
No, you've beaten me.
Five,
I think
five.
I'm at 5 now.
5-7. Is that right?
7-5.
7-5.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. As we come to thank you. That was a really, even watching it is quite fun. It makes you a little bit dizzy. You also have to think about watching that.
Yes.
Okay. So I see you've got something here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So actually, this is a standard tournament chess set.
Right.
This is what you'll find in international tournaments. So it's got standard tournament pieces. So Mini Chess Kenya, which I am part of, supplies this, and we want to give out 3 of them.
Okay.
And they have a hashtag on them. There's the hashtag chess254.
For Mini Chess.
That is for, actually it is something that we want to promote chess in the whole country.
Okay.
And we wanted a common hashtag for everybody, maybe to post what they do their chess on their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any chess activity that they are doing.
Okay. So if you can do that, Gedenji from Mini Chess.
From Mini.
Giving 3 free pieces of this, 3 of them. If you can quickly get onto your IG, Facebook, Twitter, hashtag chess254, post on what you're doing. We'll pick the winners here, 3 winners. You can get away with a really good piece of chess, and who knows, Gedenji might throw you a session or 2 in terms of training. So thank you so much to Gedenji and Joyce, to my guys on the mini basketball court, and also the online video games. Thank you so much. We also want to special thanks especially to Nairobi Sports House for letting us borrow their games and play them here mercilessly and fearlessly. Asante sana Nairobi Sports House. So lots to do when you're still stuck at home in the pandemic. Games for children, games for the whole family, all sorts. Tell us how you're getting on. Our hashtag is New Normal. So that's all we have time for. Thank you so much to all our professional and amateur players who came on board to help us demonstrate these games. We'll take a break now for the weekend. Your World is back on Monday morning without fail at 7 a.m. Before that, now we're back to other indoor games, and that's TZ Nyumbani at 6:30 a.m. with our specialist trainers who will be from the comfort of their homes be guiding you. So thank you so much, guys. Keep safe. Have a beautiful weekend, and tuonana at the other side of the weekend. Cheers. Good weekend.
help women find independence by training them in fish farming. It's tough on my back, joints, and can cause headaches. Panadol Extra relieves multiple types of pain. If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
The blind man told police officers, afade mimi sijawahi ona bangi maisha yangu yote.
Hizo ma award zikafanya watu waanze kuimbia award badala waimbe the word.
Mimi mkinichagua mtaona miujiza.
Anajifanya siku hizi.
Kimbia mara moja.
Naogopa Mwenyezi Mungu na uji moto peke yake.
Hiyo si bangi.
I was raped by an uncle.
How old were you?
By then I was 12, turning 13. And that's after my mom passed away. I've struggled with seeing myself as someone. I really have struggled. You know, when people reject you, it's nice. But when you reject yourself, I'd walk somewhere and people would call me, achana huyu jamaa anataka kujiua. But I was communicating the language of, I need help.
Director, you also need to put a lot of consideration when it comes to preventing the spread of the coronavirus, especially here in the all right. Yes, and I think that's what I learned. When you do get a sneeze or you feel like coughing, take a tissue paper, put it on your mouth and in front of your nose and sneeze into it, then roll it down and throw it in your trash can.